This is Taylor with Geeked Out Reviews doing a review on a MeE robot. That's what the name of it is called. It's MeE. Uh, my wife and my 3-year-old son like to call it our little minion because it pretty much looks like one. So some things about this is it is pretty much just like a Roomba that has a camera on it. It's got sensors here that will actually show. It will actually avoid obstacles. There's a charging base that it'll actually run back to. If I move it away from the charging base, it will actually try and move back to the charging base. You can actually set it to roam around your house at certain times of the day. I believe up to 5 different times of the day you can set it. Now, some issues that I had with it. Whenever you're setting it, it doesn't just randomly find out and how your house is and roam around. It's set on a set path, so it just kind of sentries whatever path that you have forced it to be on, and you can actually only turn it about 5 times from that path. So that was kind of an issue. One of the things that I thought I was supposed to do was let it roam around my house, which, or there's an application for it, and you move it just like you would an RC car. It moves very slowly, but you create the path, and then by moving it around once from its charging base, and then there's a save. Well, there's an A button on the application. You hold down the A button, and then it tells you that the path has been saved. If you have turned it too many times, which the instructions actually call them waypoints. If you have too many waypoints, then it will not save. It'll tell you it's too complicated of a route, which isn't too bad. But if you have a really big house, you might have issues with that. So the other issue that I kind of had with it is every time that I would set it, I would make it go all the way back to its home base and then try and save it. I found out you don't have to do that. It's not that complicated. You just move it to wherever you want it to start or to end its path at, and then you just let it go back all the way to home, because it'll find its way after you have saved it. So anyway, little strange. It was a pain in the butt to first start with, but now that it's completely done and set, it does work fairly well. I think battery life is roughly around, I think they said like 40 minutes, which isn't too bad. The camera is pretty high definition. I'll take some screenshots of the application on my review so you can actually see it. It does have, you probably saw the infrared lights earlier, so it does see in the dark fairly well. The nice thing about this is if I'm away from my house, I've got a smart house, so I've got all kinds of sensors and everything else that, will just give me different information whenever I'm, not home. Now, say I'm on vacation or something and I'm so far away and I get a notification on my Wink application. I'm using Wink as my smart home. Anyways, so I get a notification and that tells me, hey, something happened. Maybe there was a break-in or something. I can just click on this application on my phone and then move him wherever I want him to point. So it's real nice. I mean, you might have a couple cameras around your house, but they're all fixed. The nice thing about this is I can have him set anywhere and then drive him around the entire house, unless you have upstairs that doesn't do that very well. One thing that I thought would have issues, I've got I'm actually moving to it right now. I've got this giant bump right here when you move from the front door to the dining room. Now, I actually thought it wouldn't do that very well, and apparently it does fairly well. It went over it and didn't have any problems. Just to show you a couple things about this. This is one of the sensors. That's the camera. There is a speaker, so you can actually talk to like your pet, your family. It's funny to talk to my 3-year-old with it. By the way, those are not lights. I thought they were. They're not. They kind of look like lights, but if you look inside there, it's definitely not. Anyways, these are the wheels. Weird thing about these is they are fairly deflated, and I guess that's normal for an RC wheel, but I don't know, it feels like there should be a little bit of air in it. I don't know why. It's also got this is how it turns. Of course, you can also charge it with these, but it didn't come with any of that. Just came with this base. The base, I don't know if you can hear it, but it makes a noise whenever it senses that this isn't on the base. And I think that's how it's trying to figure out exactly where the base is, so it can go and charge. I also believe that this you probably can plug in back here, and it uses micro USB, but didn't come with anything other than the base and that itself. You can also move the camera up and down. I'm sure you can see that. Does fairly well. You can record video. There is somewhere on here, right there, that's for an SD card slot. Really cool little device. Definitely going to keep it in my house. I definitely like it for any types of issues that might arise that I don't, I don't know what my alarm system is telling me, and I don't have a camera pointed to wherever that is. It's real nice just to be able to move this thing around it and look into my house and then just tell it to go back to its location. It's real cool. So anyways, that's the end of my review. Hopefully it was informative enough for you. If you have any questions, please comment below. Thanks for watching.